We all know that modern day life is expensive compared with, the good old days we like to remember.
Oh, Grandpa. So just how much of...
Oh, sorry, I forgot. You weren't there, were you?
The old days. So just how much have basic costs increased over the past 50 years? And what can we do to beat the price rise?
There's a reason they call them the good old days. Times seemed, more simple. Neighbours were friendly, prices were cheap. In the 60s, bread was worth around 20 cents a loaf. Now it's up to $3. Milk was 45 cents, now up to $3.
All beef patty, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions on a sesame seed bun.
And a burger.
Say that again. To all beef patty, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions on a sesame seed bun.
Back in the day, just 20 cents, now up to $5 or more. The price of coffee has boomed from 10 cents to over $3. Jeans were once $5 and now $100 or $200 or more. What about entertainment? Admission to the flicks was just 50 cents, now a whopping $18. And cars?
Still the only car specifically designed in Australia for Australia.
A top-of-the-line Holden was $3,000 and now a mid-range is closer to 25 grand. We're so excited, we've just found out we both had Mini Mokes back in the day. And now for more on this, we're joined from Melbourne by the barefoot investor Scott Pape. Hey Scott, how are you, mate?
Morning, guys.
Now, even taking inflation into account, it seems that the basics have gone up like dramatically in price since the 60s. Is that how you see it?
Yeah, look, I mean, one of the things that the politicians all talk about is the resource boom and the commodities boom. But one of the downsides of that is that things cost a lot more money. And what we're also seeing is perhaps with the carbon tax, things will rise even more.
Well, that was my next question. Are the cost of basic goods and services going to continue to rise in price, do you think?
Yeah, look, the real story for us is you've got a couple of billion Chindians, Chinese and Indians, that are moving from poverty to middle class. And what they really want to do is they want to get their fair share of the world's finite resources. So oil and all the commodities are going up in price. That's good for us if you're living in Perth. Probably not so good if you have nothing to do with the mining industry and you're paying out things as an everyday cost of living.
Mate, I spoke in the intro about, milk and bread being up to $3, but of course, you can find them some of the big places now down to $1. So, we can hunt around. Is there anything else we can do to help compensate for this increase?
Well, look, the best thing to do is obviously to invest. I mean, freaks like me don't enjoy not spending and investing for the longer term. But if you'd invested 10 grand about 30 years ago, it would be worth into the share market. It'd be worth about $500,000 right now. That's the whole premise of investing. It's not because we don't like spending money. It's because we need to actually make it grow, and we need to make it grow faster than the rising cost of living. That's why we do this.
Anything that you're tipping might actually go down in price in the future?
Yeah, I reckon Justin Bieber memorabilia is not going to be worth anything. I think that's like sort of Spice Girl stuff there. But I mean, if you look at technology, the cost of technology of computers when they first came out in the 80s has really dramatically dropped. If you look, like, the cost of making a telephone call in some instances is basically zero with Skype. So technology is one place where you see the costs actually coming down.
Gee, I bet you're regretting getting that I Love Justin Bieber tattoo on your bum. What about big ticket items like, housing? It's a concern for all of us.
Well, in the last 10 years, housing across the country has gone up about 150% on average. Now, our wages have only gone up about 50%. How does that happen? Well, it just means that we've borrowed a lot more money. And that's why my view is that housing is in a pretty tough position right now because we've borrowed so much money. If interest rates go up instead of going down, we might see some people in trouble.
Yeah. Any financial tips for us, Scott?
Well, I mean, that idea of I am the barefoot investor, so it's not that I don't enjoy spending money now, because believe me, I love Justin Bieber just like the rest of us. However, the idea of actually investing for the longer term, the reason we do it is because obviously prices are rising, and they're rising a lot more. That's what we know. Anyone who's doing their daily bills knows that. So you need to be getting a higher rate than the inflation, the price is rising. So my view would be you need to actually think about a plan of where your money's best invested so that it can grow as much as it can.
All right. Thank you, Scott. Good to talk to you, mate.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Scott. Right. Love seeing that old footage.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it?
Yeah.